my soul brother that I met along the way. This is how I even this is how I got to New Mexico. Great spirit, you know what I'm saying? Albuquerque. Yeah, I made it. You know what I mean? Slept in the forest last night, and not even an hour into the walk, this is what I found, right? And now we are in a park, touching grass. You know what I mean? Yeah, my soul brother, right?
Oh, it's actually a wonderful neighborhood.
Yeah?
Yeah, my chick used to live right around the corner now.
Really?
The one that's in Texas now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but this is a key thing in this psychology. But I was telling you about the Iceman inheritance, right? So after the cataclysm happened, you have this separation of people, right? And they forgot where they came from. So
Tower of Babel.
Right? So we all think we're evolved separately. No, what we don't understand is that the Earth has went through pole shifts. The Earth has went through extreme events.
We got separated.
And it happens quickly, right?
Right.
So
well, just like, dogs stop looking the same after you breed them for a few generations. Skin color, eye color, all this shit doesn't take long to change.
Yeah. So what happened with our European brothers, they went through a hell thing where the environment changed so much that it made it cold for a very long time. So this is how you got Leif Erikson, you got Eric the Red, you have all these fighting in Europe, right? Because the psychology changed because of the environment. Well, the land was barren, right?
Straight up, honestly, there's a lot wrong with the Norse religions too. They're warlike religions. They believe you could only get into heaven by killing people.
Odin, that's because of the environment change.
Yeah,
right?
I know, but I'm just being objective about, the way that these guys actually think.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Valhalla, you don't get to go to Asgard. You don't get to go to where the gods are. It's if you kill enough people, then you get to go to Valhalla.
Yeah. Yeah.
So die fighting.
So the Iceman inheritance, what we see is like a lot of, especially during the Woodstock and whatever. So we see a lot of, I'm gonna just be frank, we see a lot of younger people being first of all, this doesn't exist, but trying to run away from this ideal of whiteness, right? It doesn't exist in regular terms, but I'm just saying in 3D. So there's like a guilt, like you might think you owe people, or you might think, you know what I'm saying, you see somebody melanated.
Yeah, well, it's like I was talking about earlier. Guilt serves no function, no purpose to that.
Right.
Remorse is okay. Apologizing, saying you're sorry, those are all good things. Beating yourself up over shit that you did will never get you anywhere, not in a million years. Nowhere but down.
But, okay, so I would be looked at upon as an oppressed group of people, right?
Yeah.
But I don't see myself that way. And no one owes me an apology.
Well, that's infantilizing.
Yeah, for sure. I'm fucking grown, right? No one owes me an apology. No one owes me, hello, black guy. I know you guys have been, no, I'm an individual.
I mean, that's the way that the American culture, the American establishment treats black people as if they need help. And really that help is just more conditioning, bro. It's social conditioning. It's the welfare state. They're trying to make them incapable of defending themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
By giving them stuff that they don't even need and that they didn't really ask for.
Like what? What would you say? From your POV, like what?
Well, one of the things that I'm always confused about is like sex ed.
Sex education?
Yeah. Why is a teacher from a different family going into your family unit and educating children about how this or that works? You see what I'm saying? It's conditioning. And they do it on a mass scale. And just bringing, it's like, don't think of a white elephant, right? What's the first thing you think of? So you tell a group full of children about something that they're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? And they know what they're doing, man. That's the thing.
I'm going to do it.
Right, exactly.
I'm going to, now, if I'm in the Garden of Eden, I'm going to eat that.
The Soviet establishment would call the people who carried out their orders useful idiots. So it's not the useful idiot that's the problem, it's the people coming up with these systems and putting them in place. This is actually a very small group of people, and we probably outnumber them like 19-1. They actually don't have any material power.
So do you see yourself as a person, like, once you became aware of, like,
I just don't want to buy into an oppressor-oppressed dynamic. I think that's another thought trap. It really is, because it keeps you constrained. It's like, I'm not one group or the other, you know what I mean? And I've got all sorts of different blood in me. I've got like Lebanese and Blackfoot Crow. I've got Lithuanian and Latvian. Lithuanians and Latvians weren't even involved with most of the shit that the Europeans did. And that's my mom. She's all Eastern European.
Yeah.
And so like the word slave actually comes from Slav. Because the Greeks and the Jews would come up to the Slavic states, the Baltic states, and kidnap people. And they just called them Slavs.
So you got to the point where you're individual, you want to go your separate way, you don't care.
Want to be seen as myself, as a person.
Me too.
Right, exactly. I don't want to be in a group. I don't want to be stereotyped. I don't want to be pigeonholed or boxed in. Right?
Yeah, hell yeah. I understand. Me too. Right?
Because it's all identity shit. They're making you identify with this or that. And that's how they keep us all at odds, and they keep us apart from each other.
I was identifying with my car and my house and my lifestyle, right?
Well, I identify with my car because it is my house.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, for sure. I'm with you on that. Yeah, no, I was identifying with a car because there was a character that I kind of created, you know what I mean, online, social media and shit, you know what I mean? So I got to show up as that character, you know? I got to perform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're never not on stage, because even when somebody meets you, they're expecting the performance. Right. So I can't even be off stage when you meet me. So I got to be mindful that you're looking at me from a certain POV.
Right, it's like mental privacy.
Like, damn.
Like, why am I subject to other people's perceptions?
But I created it too, you know what I mean? So this ego death.
Yeah, well, a lot of it's just clothes, man. Why do you think I dress like a dork? I don't want people to take me seriously, bro. That's why like certain people stare at me. Other people, they don't even see me walk by.
You like that?
Yeah.
You like not being seen?
Yeah. I'd rather just keep it on an even keel.
The world that I come from is people are looking at me.
Yeah.
But they don't see me.
Right.
But they are looking. I'm getting the attention.
Yeah.
But they don't know what they're looking at.
Well, it's because they got a preconception. Well, and yeah, no, like I said a second ago, man, a lot of it is clothes. That chick who used to live around the corner, the one who's in Texas now, she told me some of the best advice I ever heard, which is if you dress like the protagonist, people will treat you like the protagonist.
I haven't shown you pictures of how I used to look prior to this. It's a 3. This person was always under that.
Yeah. But
if I show you who I look like 2 weeks ago, it'll be like, not you, but it'll be like, damn, now you're fucking, that's you walking the highway?
Well, you know, I make a really conscious effort to just try and treat everybody as if we were all the same. No matter how they act or how they dress or whatever. And I think that's part of the reason that I
love shrooms.
Yeah, oh, they're so good. That's part of the reason that I go unnoticed, I think, is because if I'm in my world treating everybody the same, then the people who want to treat everybody as if they're different, they don't even really they don't butt heads with me, they don't click into my world.
Yeah.
Right? They don't cross the same paths.
Righteous.
Yeah, it's the high road is a real place, man. It'll get you out.
Yeah.